Hi, folks. Paul here. Got a special cigar today. I never had this one before. It's the Murcielago by, I think his name is Eric Espinosa. And I believe this is the 6x60 Gordo box pressed. It's a very nice dark wrapper, some oil sheen to it. It's kind of a mix of oil and that kind of that cocoa powder dust, too. So, reading about this one a little bit, this originally came out in, I think, 2009, and then the partnership that he had dissolved, and he reverse engineered it again in 2015 and did a release. And then there was a third release in 2017, and so I'm just kind of assuming that's what this is the 2017 version. So let me get it cut up and started here and see how it goes. Good draw. Not a whole lot on that cold draw, just the typical hay barnyard. Yeah, not much else I'm picking up there. It's really drafty in here with all the fans going. But Aaron keeps giving me a hard time for using the torch, so I'm trying. I think I got it toasted. I think it's all right there. There's a little bit of damage on the foot. Burn through that quick. So doing it that way, you kind of lose on the that virgin puff that I heard about in who was that? I heard it from. I think it was Eddie Sahakian, one of the Sahakians, Sahakian from oh, what's it called? Drawing a blank. Davidoff. That's it. Davidoff in London from that store. I think in one of his videos he talked about that virgin puff. Nice. So the first puffs there, it's again that dark, earthy coffee, but it's not as full bodied as that one last night, the Belisartes. I'd say this is more medium plus, at least at this point. We'll see. Forgot to turn my little fan on to keep the smoke out of my face. So I'm picking up a little bit of spice on the retro, but actually on the regular draw, I'm getting a little bit of that, almost like red pepper tang on the tongue. Not there's no sweetness yet. I did a little reading about this, but I don't remember there being any notes of sweetness, and I'm not picking anything up yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go find my beverage and work on this a little bit, and I'll check back in here probably around after the first third. Thanks. Hello, I'm back. It's burning pretty nicely. Still good smoke, good flavors. So it has settled in the first third here. The it still has that like dark coffee flavor, and it's kind of like cacao, but there is a little bit of sweetness in there, and it's I'm not sure if it's more like the chocolate sweetness or kind of that sweet breadiness. I am getting a little bit of breadiness to it, um, and then what I think is kind of like a woody flavor, like an oak, but it goes together pretty well. So, oh yeah, I forgot to turn my other little fan on. um, so compared to like the Bellas Artes, there is some similarities in that like dark earthy coffee, a little bit of leather flavor. But I like this better because it has a little bit of that sweetness, the breadiness. Like I said, almost like the cacao or chocolate flavor. It's it's more mild. Sorry about that. Got interrupted for a while. I'm not sure where I left off, but been smoking a little bit more into that second third. Flavor's still changing a bit. I'm getting a little bit more sweetness and a hint of cedar on the retro, and which makes for a really nice blend. It's just a very light, kind of a creamy cedar, um, but it adds to the flavor profile nicely. Yeah, I think about halfway through is where it really starts to get it get it in the get it in groove or whatever you say. That's so far that's where the best flavors have been, which is good. The draw has been really nice. The smoke output's been really nice. I'm not fighting with it or anything. A close shot of the bands there. Murcielago. So I think if I was going to have this again, I would stick with the same Vitola, the box press size with a 6x60. Um, it's yeah, it's got a good mouthfeel and it's easy to hold. I think it adds a little more complexity with those extra leaves. And not much else to say at this point. Smoking inside today. It was another hot and muggy day out there. I went out to feed the fish after dinner and didn't feel like sitting out there. That way I can watch another movie, relax with the beverage, But I'm kind of on a beer kick lately, which is funny because I'm not a big beer drinker. But I also got some sparkling water. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep puffing on this, and there's not much too much. There's not much further left, but I will check back towards the end. Let you know if anything changes. Thanks. Right, I'm back, finishing up the last bit here. So it stayed pretty consistent for the last section. Um, Still at nice dark Maduro flavor. The coffee, slight chocolate, cacao, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of breadiness in there, kind of in and out, just little notes of that. That creamy cedar is there, especially on the retro. It's kind of faint, but it's detectable, and it really adds to the flavor profile. So overall, I've been enjoying this. It's been a nice smoke. Um, I think the only other cigar that I've had from Espinosa was a knuckle sandwich. I reviewed it. I'm not sure which one I had, but I do have another one that I might plan on reviewing here pretty soon and see what other things Espinosa has up or other tricks he has up his sleeve. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. I haven't had to touch it up at all, which is nice. Burning real, it's not perfectly straight edge there on the burn, but it's been staying pretty even. And like I said, I haven't had to touch it up, which is nice. So overall, I think this is something that if I see it again, I might try a different blend. I think it's worth having some in the humidor when you kind of get get a craving for something real dark. Instead, I'd say medium to full goes really nice with a beer. I'd say it could probably again go pretty nice with a sweet bourbon, something like that. Yeah, well, I can't think of much else to say about it. It's been enjoyable, and that's about all I got. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.